Hi everyone, and welcome back to Kanen Coffee. Here we have an Isomac Millennium. This machine was brought in for a couple reasons. First of all, the group head they said seemed clogged, and the spring mechanism for the water reservoir seemed to be a little funky, and yeah, for a general tune-up. So, first step, what we found is that this group head really needed an overhaul. The E-61s, there are a lot of mechanisms and parts and little tiny ones inside, and they can get clogged pretty easy, and it needs maintenance every once in a while. And so disassemble the entire thing, the springs, take them out, soak the parts, and replace the ones. Some of them actually had a lot of mineral buildup that was almost like beyond being able to be cleaned. So some of those were replaced. The gaskets, lubricate all the moving parts, and put it back together. The water reservoir underneath the base that it sits on, that presses down on a switch to let the boiler know that it's okay to fill, that there is actually water to be put in. There was a screw actually that had been broken off, so we had to drill a new hole in and put a new screw in, and now it's fairly level and balanced. And once we had it up and again, we saw that it was leaking from vacuum release valves. We went ahead and replaced that. And then as part of the tune-up, we also generally clean the inside and run a D-scale. After we had run the D-scale, the machine was no longer heating, and what had happened was the scale builds up on the outside of a heating element, and then if that has gone on for too long and then you D-scale, you actually remove the elements that have built up on the heating element, the minerals, and then you actually eat a hole in the heating element, causing a short to ground. And so it won't heat. So we ended up in the end having to also replace the heating element. So the machine got a lot of work, and it should be good for a while now. So here it is, looking good, working fine, and we're going to test its functions. Let's see. Dun, dun. Start with some hot water. Looking good. You can hear the pump activating, refilling the water that had just been taken out of the boiler. Do some steam here. Also looking good. Nice quiet steam. And we'll pull a shot now. Get a cup here. And there we go. Oh yeah, beautiful. And this machine is pretty quiet. It's good noise insulation of the pump. Yeah, coming up on 2 ounces here. Alright. Good discharge from the E-61 group head. Well, there you have it. The Isomac Millennium now working once again. Thanks for tuning in to Kanen Coffee, and please like our videos.